second reason I hear the most is that men are intimidated by going to a dating event.
Men don't see a whole lot of value in dating events. Describe, let's talk about it.
There are two common reasons why men aren't going to dating events. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Candice. This is 40 Before 40, 40 Lessons in Life and Love before my 40th birthday. So you've probably heard that there's this decline in dating app usage and rise in dating events. So much so that the big players like Bumble and Tinder are hosting dating events. And women have figured out that dating events are the place to go. So much so that female tickets often sell out within 24 hours of the tickets being released. But men haven't quite gotten round to that yet. And I've heard from men that there's two main reasons. Number one, they just haven't thought about it. They're used to swiping on a dating app. It's more convenient. Even if it's not any more successful, it just fits into their life a little bit better. But the second reason I hear the most is that men are intimidated by going to a dating event because they get rejected in real life. Why would they want to be rejected with more people at a dating event? And the opposite is true. At a dating event, everybody is single and everybody has come there alone and everybody wants to talk to somebody. So your odds of actually going up to someone and then being responsive or receptive to your conversation are much higher, and you're all there for the same reason. So guys, please, it takes a little bit of courage. It's a little bit awkward, I get it, but there are so many amazing dating events and we need you to be there.
Women are so kind to each other in superficial ways. You're so kind in the way you rate each other, the way you believe the very best in each other. So much to the fact that you just think that everyone there at these dating events, that the women that show up there, of course they're happy, they're ready, they're perfect, they're incredible partners to people. You never hold space for the opposite, that they could be just as vapid, just as shallow as the women were on dating apps or in real life, or just that it's just not another event for men to be rejected at. When men are telling you why they're not going, and if you're looking at and you're listening to what they're saying, don't listen to what they say to come have a quick rebuttal. They're saying that when we go to these dating events, they're just getting rejected. Why can't you sit with that for just a little bit? You're saying that it just takes a little bit of courage to get over the awkwardness, but they have tried that and it has not worked. Because there's a couple of important caveats that need to be addressed first, and we're going to get into it. But first, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss uploads. Again, we're on that quest of 5,000 subscribers, and then the next goal is 10,000, but can't get there without you guys, right? It's the best way to get the algorithm to give us channel a little more attention so that we can get a wider reach. That's the name of the game. Slow and steady, but we're here to do the work. So hype the video, share the video. We got some merch in the store. So one of the things, the first thing that happens that's part of this issue is, for such a long time, when it comes to love, when it comes to dating, and it comes to relationships, women have led the way. As in, this is saying, this is what we're doing, this is what we demand. If you want our attention, you have to get in line and do these things. You have to buy us flowers, you have to court us. For such a long time, that was the trend. If women in mass said, this is important to us, this is what we're going to do, that set the trend. Then the internet happened. Then access became easier. Then shame left the room. On that timeline, you lost the lead. You lost the ability to dictate how things are going because, you know, what you won't do, another woman will, and has, often, dirtier, freakier. So the value in that in your vagina, the value in your vagina was basically shot to hell. So you can't command that by just saying, well, my presence in there. I don't know. I don't have to do that. So now we're trying to change the trajectory of dating. We're trying to move it from the dating apps, one of convenience, one that someone can say, okay, I'm just going to be rejected. Well, you're still being rejected by 50 women, but it hurts less because it's through a screen. I can swipe and she never even likes me back. So I never know. The rejection is different. It's easier to deal with as long as you don't think too hard about it. But since women are used to setting the trend, they simply said, now we're going to go and do events. How come you're not there? How come you're not there? You don't get to set the terms alone anymore. That's the trend. That's the difference. You decide, hey, this is what ladies are going to do now. Men, where are you at? They're like, nah, I'm good off that. Something's wrong with the men. They're The differences, the thing that's wrong, the gap that exists is men don't give you the grace of being valuable. They don't automatically assume that you should be placed on a pedestal. They have a wait and see attitude now. You can be beautiful, check, great. Now I'm going to now see, well, okay, what type of personality you have? What type of person? What's your character? And even if I'm not that type of man that is checking for that, I'm just there because you're beautiful. You're going to run into a whole set of problems with me anyway, right? You're going to run into a whole set of problems with me. One of those is going to be, you're going to be raising that kid by yourself. If you got with me and I didn't seem concerned with who you were as a person, I did not seem concerned with your soul at all, and you still gave me the time of day, understand, this is why men say, you didn't see that? You didn't see that. Sure, I'm spending, I'm moving, I'm doing all these other things, but you didn't see that? He did not care for the thing you had to say outside of agreeing with him to do the things to his body that he wanted you to do. You didn't see any of that? That's the rub. That's the rub. The second point about how you want to change the scope of dating. The men that actually do go to dating events, you're not primed and ready to accept just the men that show up. Women are creating these dating events, or men are creating these dating events, and then you're going and you're still holding to the same expectations that you had before. The same expectations that saw 20% of the data skewed, well, 80% of data skewed towards 20% of the men. That still exists. When you all show up there and the man that doesn't look like the way you might want him to look, but he's there, eager, excited to meet someone, to match with them so you guys can spark a conversation, that's still not your type of guy that you want. When men hear that you have women that are beautiful, successful, and looking to be partnered with someone, they don't hear the quiet part. You still have to meet my requirements. You still have to be tall. You still have to be handsome. You still have to be successful. You still have to be ambitious. You still have to be driven. You still have to have something defining and be an example for all these things I just named. You still have to be all of these things. You just also have to be at this dating event. The fact is, the men that struggle with dating, the 80% that struggle with dating, some of those are the ones that typically are showing up. Think about it as a man. Why would you go to a dating event when you have no issue dating? When you're part of that 10 to 20% and life is good in terms of dates, why would you go? Why would you go to someone specific outside of just to feed your ego? Why would you go there? And then in that very same way, when you flip it, right? Because we're being fair, right? When you flip it, men are thinking that the women that show up to dating events can't get dates. What is a woman that can't get dates? Remember, a man is the easiest thing to get. But you can't get dates? So you need the event. Just like you say, men need the event. You're the one showing up and you're still not getting any dates. You're looking at those men and saying they're not good enough. We understand that. So when they say this is a rejection ritual, this is a rejection party, this is a humiliation ritual, they're right. They believed you when you said, come here, we're looking for love. You just still have to be perfect. That's the rub. That's the difference. You still can't cheat that part of the game. So why don't men show up? Yeah, they do. You just never saw them. You never saw them in your real life. You never saw them when you went to work. You never saw them when you were commuting to work. These type of men exist all around you. But you might as well be in the matrix. You don't see them. You need to see the man in the red dress for you to get the reference. That's the one you're paying attention to. And he's saying there's no reason why I need to show up at one of these things. You'd have to pay him to show up. You have to pay him to show up and bring a bunch of friends just like him. And even then, when he's there, is he going to look at you? Is he going to pay attention to you? Are you the best of the best? Are the best of the type of women? Are they going to dating events? Be real. It's a nice idea. You want to go back to meeting people in person. You're trying to do it outside when you go out and men are still not approaching you. So let's make an entire event dedicated to this one thing. The problem is we just can't still get the type of men that we want here. And the men that show up, they're not listening to the quiet part. You still got to be the baddest of the bad. You still got to be a top 10, 20% man. You still got to be rich. You still got to be successful. You still got to be, these things still apply. That's why these men aren't showing up. The type of men you want are not showing up. But listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on the screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those and those videos. Of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. See you in the next one.